Right now at 10, one person is dead after being struck on the Beltline. What we know as police open up the roadway. And Sun Prairie School Board hosts a public meeting, how the community is reacting after 2 board members and a principal quit their jobs. Plus, renovating Dane County's roads, how 2 transportation projects could impact the state's economy. That's all coming up here on News 3 Now at 10. And we start tonight with breaking news out of Madison as the Beltline is reopened after being shut down due to a crash that left a pedestrian dead. Our Braden Ross is live at the scene with more details. Braden.
Hi, Armand. Yes, like you said, one person is dead. We learned after being hit by a car on the Beltline. Just behind me here, you can see the Beltline is back open. It's been back open for about an hour now. It was closed for several hours earlier. We believe probably starting around 7 p.m. That's when the incident came in on the Wisconsin Department of Transportation's website around 7 p.m. and it was closed from Todd Drive to Fish Hatchery Road, and that was on the westbound Beltline. Now, again, like you said, one person dead. We do have that confirmed. And again, the incident happening around 7 p.m. Totally back open now. Things are moving as usual. And we'll keep you updated as we learn more. But for now, reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
All right, Braden, thank you so much. Well, it's been a warm day, but temperatures are set to drop overnight. Jacob Montesano has more on those chilly conditions headed our way. Jacob, say it ain't so.
Unfortunately, it is. We are going to see much colder temperatures over the next couple of days. Now, it's not going to be an immediate drop. We are going to see colder temperatures tomorrow, don't get me wrong, but the coldest air will be a little bit later. Now, taking a look at the current conditions, 35 degrees, winds west at 9 miles per hour. Feels like temperatures in the upper 20s. Definitely not too bad at all out here. Middle 30s across all of Dane County. Few parts of our region already dropping below freezing, and our entire area is expected to drop below freezing later tonight. We are going to see some breezy conditions, kind of seeing that right now. Wind speeds around 10 to 15 miles per hour, but temperatures are not going to drop too much. They're going to stay in the middle 20s for tonight, so the wind chills will likely be at worst in the upper teens. We certainly have seen that before. Now for tomorrow, notice the lows tonight will be in the upper 20s. Take a look at the highs tomorrow. They're also going to be in the upper 20s. It's not going to rise all that much. And then later in the week, especially during the day on Wednesday, that's when the temperatures will plummet. I'll talk more in detail about that coming up a bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you so much. We will keep updated with that. Investigators believe they've caught the suspect linked to the killing death of United Healthcare CEO last week. A spokesperson for the Pennsylvania State Court says 26-year-old Luigi Mangione will have a preliminary arraignment near Altoona, Pennsylvania. Police arrested him on firearms charges, and Manhattan prosecutors have charged him with murder. Authorities say Mangione was carrying a ghost gun that may have been 3D printed. They also noted that it was capable of firing a 9mm round.
I have no tolerance, nor should anyone, for one man using an illegal ghost gun to murder someone because he thinks his opinion matters most.
And DNA evidence from a recovered backpack and other items will link to Mangione. Police believe he acted alone. The Madison Fire Department is reminding everyone to be mindful when using candles this holiday season after a house fire Saturday night. The fire happened at a home on Greyhawk Trail. The homeowners had been away for several hours and returned to find smoke and soot in the home. Firefighters found a candle in the kitchen had spread a flame to a nearby wreath and paper, catching the table on fire. No one was injured. MFD says it's best to keep candles at least 12 inches away from flammable items and to not leave them unattended. And the Cottage Grove Police Department is grieving one of its own. Last Friday, K9 Lars passed away at the age of 13. He joined the department as its first K9 in 2013. Lars worked alongside Sergeant Anthony Karatko, training to detect narcotics and performing patrol work. He retired from the department in 2022, living with Karatko and his family. And tonight, Sun Prairie School Board hosted a public meeting. This comes after 2 school board members and a principal resigned. Tanisha Shaw talked to a parent who wants these issues addressed.
It's just people don't show up to these meetings because people telling them it's not going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference. But if we keep showing up, something will change.
Renee Coleman, Alwyn Foster, and Lisa Goldsberry recently resigned from their positions at Sun Prairie School District. Renee served as a principal for East High School from 2021 to 2024.
No evidence of Ms. Coleman doing anything on camera or anything. So I feel like she should still have a job.
Natalie Williams says she does not understand why issues she brought to the school board hasn't been addressed since the board did an investigation on former Principal Coleman months ago.
Because like she was African American, and that's like the first. My other kids graduated in 2019 and 2021. I never ever met a principal. Now I know Ms. Coleman because like she wasn't just sitting in her office. She come out, engage with the kids and all of that.
Former school board member Alwyn Foster also had similar statements about Renee Coleman.
It's heartbreaking because there's not going to be another Miss Coleman in this school district. And Miss Coleman is the latest casualty. Sadly, she's not the last, and she's not the first. You've done your research, so you know about the curriculum violence. You know about the CKLA curriculum. You know how the Beam Awards just disconnected their partnership with Sun Prairie schools. And those are just the things that come to my mind off the top of my head. It seems to me that in Sun Prairie, if you're black and you're bold, they have a problem with you.
Foster resigned in November. Lisa Goldsberry resigned from the school board last week. She referenced a difference in values and the current board's motive to, quote, go to great lengths to protect the status quo. I reached out to current and former school board members, but I have not heard back yet. Reporting in Sun Prairie, Tanasia Shaw, News 3 Now.
Tanasia, thank you. We will continue to track this story with the latest developments. The school board will start interviewing candidates to fill vacancies soon. And the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction will get $10 million to grow their staff for in-school mental health services. DPI says the goal is to increase recruitment, retention, and diversity among school-based mental health professionals to best serve diverse student populations. This comes after 2023 data saw about 35% of Wisconsin students reported feeling consistently sad or hopeless.
A lot of those rural districts where there isn't the access in the schools. There are also many of the same counties and parts of the state that are designated as healthcare provider shortage areas for mental health. So the need and the lack of resources is not just in the school, but in the broader community in which the students and families reside.
It's a mental health professionals program which led to the hiring of more than 348 school mental health workers since the 2021-2022 school year. The United States Supreme Court rejects an appeal from Wisconsin parents challenging a school district's guidance for supporting transgender students. Parents in Eau Claire Public Schools argued the district's policy violates constitutional protections for parental rights and religious freedom. 16 Republican-led states urged the courts to take up the case. By not taking it, justices left in place an appellate ruling dismissing the parents' lawsuit. And the Supreme Court declined to review a case on race-neutral efforts to diversify public schools. It comes more than a year after the landmark 6-3 ruling that ended affirmative action at universities. This current case involves 3 elite Boston public schools that plaintiffs said violated the Constitution with a zip code-based admissions policy. Since the Supreme Court passed on the case, it leaves in place a decision from a Boston-based federal appeals court siding with the school district. And the Department of Transportation is teaming up with Janesville Police to remind drivers drive sober or get pulled over. From 2018 to 2022, December months saw more than 4,700 people killed in alcohol-impaired driving crashes. In 2022, male drivers were involved in fatal crashes at a much higher rate compared to female drivers. Police say motorists should get a designated sober driver or call a taxi or ride share to get a ride home. And more money could be heading to construction projects in Dane County. The Transportation Projects Commission is evaluating 2 proposals spanning across the county: Stoughton Road north of Highway 30 and I-90 from the Beltline all the way to the Dells. It will impact drivers here in Dane County, but DOT staff say this is also an important corridor for the Wisconsin economy.
And as mentioned before, it also acts as kind of a gateway through the state, connecting Madison, Milwaukee, Chicago, Twin Cities, and all over the Midwest.
And DOT staff say that includes $120 billion worth of freight last year, in addition to $2.5 billion in tourism travel through that corridor. Well, when we come back, Jacob tells us about that cold blast of air that's headed our way. And a Wisconsin man is now free, the organization giving hope to innocent people in prison.
At Gruber Law Offices, we know how to win. Real cases, real results. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Shop the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. Save over $11,000 on select 24 Silverado or lease a 25 Trax for $169 a month. Shop Bergstrom, Madison, or Middleton locations today.
I have no idea what I'm doing. My dad has Parkinson's and we need more support. That's why I connected with a Grace. Now I have a partner to help me understand what to expect. Choose more support and less stress with a Grace. Authentic care and connection.
It's Good News, Madison, brought to you by Don's Home Furniture.
We love this time of year when we all get together in downtown Madison to enjoy the beautiful, sparkling holiday lights, catch up with friends over cocktails, enjoy awesome local restaurants, and our family really enjoys creating holiday memories during Shine On Madison, which is a free, fun holiday celebration in downtown Madison.
And that is Good News, Madison, brought to you by Don's Home Furniture.
When your indoor comfort is on the line, go with the team from Modern Heating and Cooling. New owners Scott and Jason have combined experience of over 65 years in the HVAC trades, so they'll make sure you find the right system to fit your needs and budget. Offering the highest quality HVAC products from Carrier, turn to the experts at Modern Heating and Cooling. Call today to schedule one of their indoor comfort specialists.
Oh, the weather. What's the chance of rain tomorrow?
Ooh, 80%. I make it rain. I make it rain.
Speaking of making it rain, at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, we have an average 95% payout, which leads you to more chances of playing longer and more chances to win big. Play longer, win more, chances are you're gonna like it.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
We're often asked,
is it really free to hire Gruber Law Offices?
the answer is yes. The call, the consultation, free. You pay nothing until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Wake up every morning with Savannah Brito and her Plan Your Day forecast, designed to help you plan your day before you walk out the door. Plan your day with Savannah. Weekday mornings starting at 4:30, only on News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. A man who spent 27 years behind bars is free after a Milwaukee County judge canceled his life sentence at the end of November. Manuel Kakuta was a teenager when he was convicted of a double murder, a crime advocates and lawyers from the Wisconsin Innocence Project don't believe he committed. Our Merrill Hubbard is here to tell us how the Innocence Project found the cracks in Kakuta's case.
The Wisconsin Innocence Project works to free innocent people from prison and train the next generation of legal leaders. I'm going to introduce you to three people, an attorney and two students at UW-Madison who saw innocence in Kakuta's case. These are the people that made his release a reality. Do you think that Manuel would still be in jail without the Wisconsin Innocence Project?
Unfortunately, yes. We're sort of the last resort for so many people who are incarcerated.
WIP took Kakuta on as a client in 2016. Since then, at least 2 attorneys and 8 students have stepped in to push the needle forward. That includes Noemi Reyes and Gabriela Marquez.
I think about it as everybody deserves an opportunity to live their life and to go on and be a part of a community and do great things.
One of the reasons that I came to UW Law was actually for the Innocence Project. I had heard about it through cases just over the years, and it was all really inspirational to me, and I really wanted to be part of it.
They make my job super easy. I feel like I do more learning from them than they do from me.
Christopher Lau, co-director of WIP, is the guide to help the students through the criminal law process.
They really are sort of like the two attorneys driving the case, and I just am there to check in with them.
27 years ago, Manuel was sentenced to life in prison for a double murder. He was a teenager.
I could tell that he had even more legal knowledge than I did. So it just goes to show like how hard he's worked. So definitely, like, he's a very optimistic, hardworking person.
WIP picked up his case because there was no physical evidence and no weapon tied to Kakuta at the crime.
The really unique thing I think about Momo's case is the victim's family also believed in his innocence and strongly advocated for his release. So at the hearing that we did 2 weeks ago, 3 of the siblings of one of the decedents in the case came to the court and told the court, we want to see Manuel out. We don't think he did it.
After months of hard work, in November of 2024, Kakuta had a hearing that set him free.
When the judge finally said, you know, I'm going to go ahead and vacate the sentence, I kind of like let out a sigh of relief.
He looked over at me, and I just smiled at him, and I nodded yes. And tears just started coming down his face, and I was doing everything to not cry, too.
Seeing Kakuta be released has inspired Reyes and Marquez to continue working in criminal justice. They tell me this experience has boosted their spirits, and they believe anything is possible.
Meryl, thank you. The U.S. government is closely monitoring the situation in Syria after the fall of the Assad dictatorship. The U.S. is searching for journalist Austin Tice, who was imprisoned and believed to still be alive. There is a leadership void in Syria right now, with both the U.S. and Israel using this time to carry out military missions in the country. And American Airlines will continue to suspend its flights into Haiti. This comes after gunfire hit one of its planes while it was flying over Port-au-Prince last month. American did not indicate when it might resume service. JetBlue Airways and Spirit Airlines also suspended their daily flights into Haiti last month after their planes were hit by gunfire. The latest jobs report in the U.S. shows job growth surged in November, but experts say the market could soften. The November unemployment rate also ticked up to 4.2% from 4.1%, marking the first time since 2021 it has been above 4% for 6 consecutive months. In many cases, economists say employers are trying to get more done with less.
That means they're putting a lot of pressure on managers, on workers to try to get more done, and whether that means return to office, whether that means just raising the bar on some of their targets.
Unemployment among Black and Hispanic workers also rose from October, coming in at 6.4% and 5.3% respectively. Hershey's stock exploded today after a report that Cadbury owner Mondelez is exploring an offer to buy the company. That would potentially create one of the world's largest candy companies. But Bloomberg reported the discussions may not lead to a deal. In addition to Cadbury, Mondelez also owns Oreo, Chips Ahoy, and Ritz crackers, while Hershey has Kit Kat, Reese's, and Jolly Ranchers under its umbrella. Well, the warmth will soon go away for southern Wisconsin. Meteorologist Jacob Montesano has more on the shot of Arctic air heading our way. Jacob.
Yeah, the air that we're going to see a little bit later this week will likely be even colder than what we've seen over the past couple of weeks, where we did have a few mornings with the wind chills below zero. It's going to be even colder, especially for Thursday morning. But temperatures in general will be cold Tuesday through Friday. And we do have a small chance of some flurries Wednesday, with a little bit of a better chance of snow by the time we get to Friday, especially Friday night into Saturday. But as far as accumulations go, it's a little bit unclear at this time. So let's take a look at the forecast for the next couple of days with the temperatures included. For tonight, lows will drop into the 20s under mostly cloudy skies. Not going to rise all that much during the day tomorrow. Highs will be in the upper 20s, lower 30s. And the 20s are expected to continue through Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. But during the day on Wednesday is when things will change. We also will see some flurries as a cold front moves through, and that's going to drop the temperatures throughout the day on Wednesday. So we'll be in the 20s in the morning, then teens in the evening, and we could be as cold as around 0 by the time we get to midnight Wednesday night. But temperatures will stay around that level through Thursday Thursday morning and even in Thursday afternoon. We're still only going to see high temperatures right around 10 to 12 degrees. So Thursday will be the coldest day, and it's also going to be a bit windy during this time, especially Wednesday evening. So that's going to cause very, very cold wind chills. So you can see that cold front moving through late Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon. So wind gusts will be up to around 30 to 35 miles per hour, and it's going to be out of the northwest, which will fuel that temperature drop. And although the winds are going to get better for Thursday morning, the temperatures will be cold, so cold to the point that the wind chills will easily still be below zero. So let's take a look at that wind chill forecast. They'll be in the teens throughout much of the day on Tuesday, so not too bad, and that's going to continue for Wednesday morning. But as we see that cold front move through once again, the winds and the temperatures are going to increase, the temperatures are going to plummet, and that's going to cause wind chills to plummet even faster. Negative teens for wind chills by Wednesday evening, possibly negative 20s throughout the night, Wednesday into Thursday morning. So it is going to be brutally cold Thursday morning, and even during the afternoon hours, we're still going to see wind chills in the single digits. Now, as far as that chance of snow a little bit later in the week, it will move in Friday night into early Saturday, starting out as snow, and we could see maybe about an inch of snow here, but the temperatures are going to warm up Saturday morning, which will allow rain to replace the snowfall. So any snow that does accumulate does look like it will melt a little bit. But the good news is that temperatures will be warm enough for it to rain. So the temperatures are going to warm up pretty nicely after Thursday, with highs upper 20s Friday and then 30s over the weekend, which is actually a little bit above normal for this time of the year. And 30s will continue for a good portion of next week.
And still to come in sports, the streak the Packers are going to try to break this weekend that you have to hear to believe. Next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Here at Melio Sandwiches, we're all about facts. Fact number 1, we bake our own bread every 4 hours, every day. Fact number 2, we hand slice our meats to perfection, just the way you like it. Melio's, baking a difference since 1989.
When you donate furniture, cabinets, and appliances to Habitat Restore, you make an impact on neighbors in your community. Profits generated from Restore sales help provide safe and secure housing for hardworking families across Dane County. Donate to make a difference today.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
Maverick, Ranger.
Another truckload of trucks?
Big event needs a big selection. Right, like the Ford F-Series. Best-selling trucks for 47 years. Gas, hybrid, electric, and big selection means great deals. Exactly, which means it's the best time to buy.
Choose Flex Buy on F-150 and get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus 1,000 Flex Buy and 1,000 holiday bonus cash. See your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Insurance costs going up? Erie Insurance has great coverages, rates, and claim service. And your rates won't increase because of celebrity advertising campaigns or sports stadium sponsorships. Call Affordable Insurance Solutions for your auto, home, or business quote and see what Erie Insurance could do for you.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Save big money on your next project at Menards. Get superior engine protection with Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic Motor Oil. It helps maintain fuel efficiency and provides advanced protection from wear, friction, heat, and deposits. A 5-quart jug is $24.99. Clean up the garage, basement, or workshop with a new wet-dry vacuum from Shop Vac. This 12-gallon, 5.5 peak horsepower vacuum works great for everyday messes. Get one today. On sale for $99.99.
4 seasons greetings to you all from Menards.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
Here at Melio Sandwiches, we're all about facts. Fact number 1, we bake our own bread every 4 hours, every day. Fact number 2, we hand slice our meats to perfection, just the way you like it. Melio's, baking a difference since 1989.
Tyler Van Dyke came to Wisconsin with 1 year of eligibility left, but before he could use that full year with the Badgers, he tore his ACL in Week 3 against Alabama. Now, the thought was that TVD may stick around for another year as the Wisconsin quarterback, but today Van Dyke entered the transfer portal. This comes just a few days after Wisconsin hired a new offensive coordinator, Jeff Grimes, who is left with 2 viable options under center, or he has to go back to the portal fishing for a new quarterback. For the 3rd week in a row, the Packers are in prime time this weekend. They play the Seahawks on Sunday Night Football in a game where home field advantage is everything. In this series between these two teams, the home team has won the matchup in each of the last 10 meetings. In fact, the last time a road team won a game in this series was October 10th, 2008.
We're looking no further than what we have in front of us. Obviously, a team, I think they've won, 4 in a row. Going to Seattle is always a chore. I mean, that is a tough place to play. I think they got a lot of talented players. So it's gonna be a great challenge for us.
After a winless week, Wisconsin basketball did not drop out of the AP Top 25, but they did drop 9 spots, now the 20th ranked team in the country. They jump back into Big Ten play tomorrow night, where they'll try and get their first win over Illinois since 2019. The Badgers have lost 8 straight to the Illini.
At times early, I didn't think he played fast enough. I wanted him more aggressive, putting them more on their heels, but I want him playing aggressive. I want him playing downhill and quite frankly, doing more of that earlier. You know, and I took him out early, and that was my message to him. Hey, let's not walk this thing up. Let's attack.
It is on to the Sweet 16 for Wisconsin volleyball. They'll travel to Lincoln on Friday to play Texas A&M, a team the Badgers swept at the Fieldhouse earlier this season. Wisconsin is certainly expected to win their 3rd round showdown against the Aggies, but it's the matchup that potentially would come afterwards that is really exciting. Wisconsin-Nebraska in the Elite 8. And Maggie Scannell was named the WCHA Rookie of the Week after helping top-ranked Wisconsin sweep Minnesota State. It's her 2nd time collecting the honor this season. This past weekend, she scored 2 goals, including a game winner. We'll be right back.
Don't let an appliance breakdown break you down. Count on Brothers Maine to rise to the occasion with support baked into every deal. Whether replacing or remodeling, we'll make sure your experience is a piece of cake. Brothers Maine, feel like family.
Shop the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. Save over $11,000 on select 24 Silverado or lease a 25 Trax for $169 a month. Shop Bergstrom, Madison, or Middleton locations today.
When you want to make junk disappear, leave it where it is. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is full-service junk removal. I've got a partner who lives down the street from you, and we're anxious to come to your rescue. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Hey, babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes? I love these free phone flakes.
Hey, Dad, 4 free phones.
Each serving has 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
Here's the secret worth sharing. Robertson, Wisconsin's aesthetic leader, has nurses that specialize in custom treatment plans. Always natural, never overfilled. Time to learn how aging is different at Robertson.
I've been a motorcyclist for a little over 20 years now. I always wanted to have a motorcycle my whole life, and dashing helps me support that hobby. I love the flexibility of dashing. I love the connections I make. Dashing lets me do what I want, when I want. I'm my own boss now. If dashers can maintain their freedom, flexibility, and independence, and have access to benefits, that would really be the best of both worlds. Portable benefits would help me cover medical costs, dental, vision. That would be fantastic.
Figured you want your usual.
Thank you. You know me too well.
Enjoy your pie.
For last-minute gifts, the people you hold dear, and everyone on your list. Holiday scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery are here, with prices ranging from $1 to $20 and top prizes up to $100,000.
Great minds.
With so many games to choose from, it's easy to find gifts for everyone at your local Wisconsin Lottery retailer.
Owning my own home is nice. You can just come home knowing that it's yours. It's a sense of pride, sense of ownership, and enjoying it with everyone I love and care for.
Make a lasting impact on local families in need. Please donate today.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. Trust your home with RG Heating and AC.
Breaking down a game changer for college sports, Thursday at 6.
Tonight. When you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
I'll have what he's having.
Colbert's got Billy Crystal, new tonight.
And finally tonight, Merriam-Webster has selected polarization as their 2024 word of the year. It means a division into two sharply distinct opposites. The online dictionary site says search for the word grew dramatically over the past year. As for other words of the year, Oxford Dictionaries was brain rot, Cambridge Dictionary chose manifest, and get this, dictionary.com's was demure, which saw a rise in usage thanks to a TikTok trend. What do you guys think demure means?
I think that, honestly, I don't quite know. I think that my socks are pretty demure. They have polar bears on them. Polarization was one of the words. Maybe,
there we go.
Maybe this is
very demure, very timely. Jacob, what do you think demure means?
I feel like it's something that's like kind of like doomsday, like something like kind of like dark. I don't know. Demure. I don't know. What does it mean?
I really don't know.
Kind of close. I consulted experts, and they said it means like mindful or like elegant, like the ladies that like use the fan, like that kind of thing.
That's demure. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
So I was not close.
You were not very close. Yeah, but what isn't demure? We're gonna get cold.
Yeah. Now the good thing is that we are only gonna see that for kind of about a day or two. Very cold Thursday morning, but by the weekend it's going to be a lot closer to normal. So much so that we actually may see some rain before or after we see some snow Friday night. So it's gonna be cold, but really only one morning for sure.
I think you both are very demure, very mindful.
You too.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.